What's good, guys? Charles from Team COG coming at you here with a post-commentary duel video. It's your boy, me, piloting Crusadia Guard Dragons on the left, Jason piloting Qliphorts on the right. And I got some spice for you guys. You're going to get to see it in this duel video. I kind of changed the build, so hopefully, hopefully you guys like it. And I expect a profile shortly after the duel video comes up. But so I win the dice roll, and I just opened the stones. Well, I opened the stones, but I don't open, like, the good stones. So, like, if he has any form of disruption, I'm kind of in a rougher place. Like, I don't have the stones, I have the pebbles. But coincidentally enough, I special the crown and test my luck activating the Magius, and he goes, "You're good." So that's pretty much seatbelt going on, foot on the gas pedal, we're going. We are just flooring it, and we're going to go as far as we can. And I'm still opting to play crown. I believe crown is a really good tech choice. And having the ability to be a honorary Crusadia that allows you to trigger your monster effects and also a form of negation and disruption is really good. But we're going to drop the Draco, which is now a super, along with that Arborea I'm adding back is also a super, and Reclusia is going to be an ultra rare, and not to mention Magius and Equalmax have all, minus Leonis and Regulix and Spatha, have all been confirmed for rarity upgrades in the 10. So that's a blessing in disguise, guys. I've been so mad at Konami. Like, Orcus weren't even popular yet. Crusadia had topped multiple regionals, and they still gave Galatea an ultimate before, like, Gringritsu even came out. That made me pretty salty. But the first Skull Dread's going to wham itself down. I'm going to draw 4, put back 3. And for some reason, this card's still around. But hindsight, with the LeBron James rock in the future, it's kind of like, okay, you know, like, you can have your 3 Skull Dreads or your 2 Skull Dreads. It's not going to matter, because when we slam dunk that rock on your field, you're going to be like, wow, it didn't matter. So terraforming here, going to go ahead and deck thin. I could have just probably put back the terraforming, just kept the Kyoto. I think I drew it. But I'm going to get the waterfront, explain to my homie there what waterfront does, and we're just going to Wombo combo off using World Legacy Guard Dragon to bring back the Draco. As you guys can see there's some black cards in my extra deck. I guess you guys are probably guessing what the sauce is. So when we get to it, when it comes out, I will explain it to you in more detail. Or actually in the next game, I'll kind of explain to you the reason behind moving to this variant of the deck. So we're going to get the Sea Turtle, our second win condition, from our deck to our hand. And that's why I really actually like this deck, is like, we don't need the Sea Turtle, guys. Like, we can still put up 3 to 4. I was going to say 2 to 4, but 3 to 4 sounds better. 3 to 4 negations without the Sea Turtle. And if we just have the Sea Turtle, we just end on, like, we can negate every card in the hand, which is busted. But you're going to see I'm going to special summon the Sea Turtle out by Skull Dread, summoning Arborea to the Triple Burst, make an Avermax, which I still play because a lot of people argue, and some of the more famous YouTubers, even some of like my favorite YouTubers have said, like, you played 2 Skull Dreads necessary, you got to get to the waterfront. Well, if you're getting to the waterfront on the second Skull Dread, you've already, like, there's not going to be, like, a very good way, you know, to make that, to get to the Gamma Sail and to special it. So I think the second Skull Dread is not necessary. I know people argue with me and say it is, but like I said, I've always told you guys, I'd much rather solidify my board with Avermax than overextend it into a weaker board with Skull Dread. And sometimes that's not always going to be the case. But essentially, you saw my board there, guys. It was the Sea Turtle, FA Dawn Dragster, Crystalling, and Avermax. He just ends up scooping it up, and we're going to go into game 2, where he's going to opt to go first. And this is, you know, I haven't played Qli since I played Satellar Knights, and believe it or not, I've not seen them since. And that was like 2015. So coincidentally enough, I've not seen them since. I've not really paid attention to them. Of course, when like cards came off the list, I pay attention. But there's Scout, which is at 3. I always thought the deck was cool. It was like the first Pendulum deck that came out that evolved around Tribute Summoning. I do remember Qliphort Towers being just monstrous. Like, you know what that card is. It's Masterpiece before Masterpiece. But he's going to search this card. I think this is Recreate. It's pretty much their searchable. Get this, searchable Skill Drain. I think normal special summon level 4 monsters can activate their effects, and if you special summon a level 7 or higher, its effects are negated. So it is like a searchable Skill Drain, and that's like that's kind of makes me in an awkward position, since like my Draco summon's very important, my Maximus effect is very important because I'm going second. So I'm like, okay, well, that's not too bad. I can play around that, and then like kind of sitting there, and it goes whack. Your Red MD is level like 12, so you're not going to be able to use his effect either. So that just makes everything a little bit more rough here in the hood. But anyway, guys, so as you guys know, as you guys probably don't know, let me give you a little story time here with Charles. I bought a box of Raging Tempest way back, and you're like, where's this going? What's a box have to do with the tournament? But Raging Tempest way back, pulled only one secret. It was Broad Bull. And then I bought my Dark Neostorm box. Did the opening for you guys. Only pulled the Ghost Nun and Dogwood. That's it. That's all I pulled was one secret. So my pulling luck is awful, as you guys probably don't know, but it is awful. So I told everyone here I was coming for blood. Like, I will need to pretty much get my entry pack and win out the tournament if I'm even going to get an ulti. I think even come close to it. So I told everyone here I'm here to clap cheeks, and I'm here for blood. So, and I did. I ended up going undefeated all night with this deck. It was just this variant, I do believe, even when the LeBron James does come out, I do believe that LeBron, like, even like this variant will outshine the going second. And believe it, and like it wasn't recorded, but like this variant of the deck does so well, even summoning into like more combo heavy boards. Like, it's like, all right, you have how many negates? Monster negates, right? All right, that's fine. I'll just, you know, make my Magius and then go ahead and do the thought plays, and I'll just win. But he's going to use Lost Win on the Magius preemptively, which is not bad. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not that bad because of you're just able to, like, see, I'm contemplating making Azel Thought, but then I realized he has no hand. In hindsight, I should have kept out the Ranru in this particular situation, but I didn't. Instead, I decided to leave the Nefarious, which I guess you guys, I already said the Thought, so you guys are already, I slipped up. I'm not good at keeping secrets. You guys know I'm playing the Azel Thought variant, probably by now, if you haven't already. That for turn 1, it was just pure Crusadia, Guard Dragon at its finest, so. But I want to make the Regulex because I could potentially link down the Regulex to go into Magius since he preemptively lost Wind, but he has the strike on the Regulex. So I'm just assuring he's striking the summon, and he's not waiting to strike the effect or anything like that. And he's like, yep, striking the summon, which puts me in an awkward position, especially since I left out Nefarious. I should have left out Ranru because Ranru, I think, believes summons from the graveyard, so I could have walled up a little bit better and potentially mounted a comeback in the form of Equal Max One Punch. But it was not this day. Instead, this day, I think I ended up overlooking and overreading and over-fearing certain cards, but hey, hindsight 2020, it don't matter, because as you guys know, I went undefeated, so the foreshadowing of this match. Anywho, I am in a very tough spot, believe it or not, because I have a Maximus, I think I drew a Cosmic Cyclone, so I'm in like a really rough spot. I can't get rid of, like, I know I didn't draw a Cosmic Cyclone, I think I drew a second Quick Launch, which put me in an even more difficult position. However, it's just rough. But he's going to use Pay Scout to search here. I think he's going to search the shell, and then I think he's going to search he has a Cephalopod. It might not be Cephalopod. I cannot remember these guys' names. I just remember Qliphort, Scout, and then Pay 800, Pay 800, Pay 800, Pay 800, like the meme back from the day. And Disc I remember Disc, but like a lot of them I really, and of course, I think the Towers, I remember Towers, but like some of the like minor ones, or like probably, believe it or not, probably the more popular ones, or like the main deck ones I don't remember, sadly. But he is going to, I do believe, Pendulum Summon from his hand to Shell, and that one right there. I don't even remember what that one is. Beautiful artwork there on him. I'll give him that. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. Gotta love the dual terminal storyline. But he's gonna whack into my Nefarious, and this is where I think the Nefarious floats, and you're gonna see me, and it's gonna be oof. It doesn't float. So I'm just gonna take all that to the face. And I'm forced to do it, so that just kind of stinks. But what can you do? Not really much in this predicament when you're in such an awkward position. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and apologize here. In this next turn, there's a ruling question that I get asked by, and it takes a few seconds. I didn't catch it when editing the video, so I wasn't able to cut it out, so I'm sorry. I'm just going to take a few seconds of your life. But this is the turn that I draw the Quick Launch, or not the Quick Launch, the Cosmic Cyclone. And it just kind of, you know, the Cyclone's kind of like, do I hit the Skill Drain or do I hit the Lost Wind? Because no matter which one I hit, I'm kind of in the same boat. Or do I just go all guns-ho and just left field it and hit the Scout just in spite of Scout and just face the oncoming onslaught that I will be delivered? But in hindsight, so it's right here, they're asking a ruling question. I apologize, guys. I should have edited this out, and I didn't. And it's upsetting. I apologize beforehand. I didn't catch it when I was editing, so apologies there. But now, back to the action of me trying to figure out my life choices here and how I ended up here. And figure out how I ended up here, it was because I won game 1 and he went first, and he just ended up I didn't know Qliphort's had a searchable skill drain like card. Like, if I knew that. But anyway, I'm opting to play Cosmic Cyclone. Still, I'm like, my side deck's still in testing phase. Twin Twisters might come back, but however, I didn't really like ditching a combo piece to hit 2 cards, and potentially like with Judgment being back, like they just Judgment your Twin Twisters, so it's like all for nothing. You don't even remove the card. So, but Cosmic Cyclone, essentially pay 1,000. You get to keep your combo piece. But my homeboy Vast Sky there, Maximus, coming down so I could quickly beam him up into the Magius, because I'm going to attempt to try to guard Dragon off here or make equal max and 1 punch, because, you know, what's the best way to win is it's like equal max. The old school OTK is one of the best ways to win. But quick launch, going to bring out myself a rocket monster from the deck. It'll be destroyed during the end phase. And it's not Rocket Synchron, it's Magna Rocket Dragon, because we want to make those level 4s so that we can end up extending into dragons for guard dragon plays and end up making the thoughts. So if you have hand traps or monsters in your hand, you can't use them. But the story behind me playing this is when we went to the box tournament that our man Ryan ended up going undefeated at our rival locals. I ended up playing through multiple hand traps all day, and eventually I played through a Valor and Ash, and then I got Ogred. And Ogre has seen a lot of popularity today, and I can't always count on having the Arborea to protect my Magius, so I decided to move into Azathoth, just say no to the hand traps. But with LeBron James Lumen in the distance, we will see how the deck, what we have to change to make the deck prominent. But as you guys see in there, Ranru and Gigabyte coming down because I control Magius, Narla, and then the man, the myth, the thought, who caused so much problems during when there was like Danger Dark World FTK. So triggering the Magius, just, you know, like if he had any hand trap in any sort of way, can't use it now. It's shut off. So I pretty much, unless he has an impermanence, he can't stop me. There is no way he can stop me unless he has the perm. But coincidentally enough, he does not have the perm. So I'm going to be adding the Maximus here, going into the Spatha, which should have got a super rare in my humble opinion, but I'm not going to complain because we're blessed because we got the super and the ultras that we kind of deserved. But going in the Spatha, making the LP to summon the Red MD, and just doing the typical Crusadia Guard Dragon plays, especially, and like we can't even be stopped at the moment. But we're going to touch base real quick on the Azathoth combo there. So the reason that I don't like, so what if you have like 4 or 5 negates outside of Heavenly Spears? Like that's like one card that does like kind of can interrupt you, but like, okay, you have this board, I'm just going to normal summon, link into Magius, and then just inherently special summon my familiars, and then make the Azathoth. And since Thought doesn't activate, it just shuts off all your negates, monster negates, guys, monster negates on your side of the field, and then I just combo off and do a whack with equal max, or build my board bigger to whack over your board. So Monster Reborn, bringing back the Draco, just doing extenders and combo pieces to hopefully get into a very good board. And there's going to be kind of a misplay at the end of this. However, hindsight, it doesn't matter in the sense because I'd have had a way to play around it, and it all would have just worked out. Like, you guys will see it here. I'm going to end up making Triple Burst here, which Triple Burst, let's just take a moment and appreciate Triple Burst. Triple Burst is such a good card. The ability to negate during the damage step has come up quite a bit, in my opinion. And if you don't get rid of him, he can just bring back Draco to his own link monster points too, and you just recur off Draco. But we're going to go into Avramax, my homie, like the solidifying board himself, specialing Maximus, specialing the Arborea, making the FA of the Dawn Dragster. And this is my Dawn Dragster negate is really important here because of I need to negate Scout. But like, darned if I do and darned if I don't. If he activates Scouts and resolves it, he gets to search. If I negate it, he could potentially just smack another one down because he does play like technically 6 Scouts. So he's going to try and bait me with that Pot of Duality, but I ain't falling for it. And then here, I guess he should have gone for the Chalice if he wanted to. The Chalice could have potentially baited and negated the, what do you call it, the FA Dawn Dragster. But he decides to go for the Sacrifice, which is such a busted equip spell for the deck. Like, having the ability to counter monsters 2 tributes, can't be destroyed by battle, gains 300 attack. Like, that is just an all-around solid equip spell, in my opinion. And I remember that card back in the day. And we're actually we're having a table problem kind of go on. You guys can't see it, but Ferg is gonna step in and fix it, our hero, our savior. I think he fixes it. I can't remember, or he just gets in the way of the camera, and there's no way for me to edit it out because I believe there's something important happening. believe me, I catch so there's the scout. The scout. So I believe, and I'm joking as we're playing this, like, you have 2 scouts in hand, so once I negate this one, you're just going to plap down another one, and then it's not going to be worth it. But that's my thought, is I got to negate the scout. So you just go ahead and drop the scout. Pay 800, pay 800, pay 800. I'm going to go ahead and negate and destroy the scout with the non-dragster. And I'm halfway expecting there to be another scout. And, you know, like, I'm expecting it. I'm kind of a little bit worried that I might get whacked by Qliphort. It's like my train might be coming to the end. The gas is running out. However, he just ends up normal summoning this without a tribute, so it becomes 1800 attack and a level 4, and equips the sacrifice to it, making it unable to be destroyed by battle. So that's pretty bad. So let me explain to you guys why that's bad, or puts me in like not a very advantageous position. Equalmax, or not Equalmax, Avermax can only deal double damage to a special summoned monster. So he can't deal damage, like a lot of damage to that Qliphort, I believe. I don't know why, but and Crystal Wing has to be level 5 or higher, but it's a level 4 since it was normal summoned, and it can't be. Then it cannot be destroyed by battle. So I draw Reclusia, which is a clutch top deck, though. So I special Reclusia, and I'm going to attempt to use its effect to target itself and target the sacrifice. However, sad to say, the soon-to-be Ultra Reclusia is met with a strike. And that's okay, because, you know, essentially he paid 1500, puts me closer to the kill shot if I ever can get through it to it. So kind of just checking my options here. I don't really have a lot of options, because I'm reading Crystal Wing, and he's just telling me it's 4 since it was normal summon. So that just means I'm only going to be able to whack for, I think, a total of 16. That's all I'm able to hit him for. But plus the 15, I guess it's overall 31. So fortunately enough, I got to kind of pass to him, because I don't have a way to get rid of that sacrifice. I'm kind of hoping to top deck into another Reclusia. And then even if you get rid of sacrifice, guys, like, they get to search off of it. So I mean, like, it's kind of crazy how good the deck, like, Qliphorts are. It's like, they are such a good rogue deck, but like, it's kind of crazy how they've been power crept now, but yet they have like a searchable skill drain. They have like a Qliphort tower still, and they've just been kind of, there you go. He turns it to defense. The coward doesn't want to take the battle damage, but I understand completely. We're in a very awkward position. Me not being able to get rid of that sacrifice has put me very much in a very bad position. However, guys, take note that since I do have Avermax, even though I'm not really in a good position to progress the game state, he is not really going to be able to progress the game state that well either, because of Avermax. So I'm going to drop Kyoto, because I'm seeing that my only option is to get my own Kaiju. So I'm going to use Quick Launch, get a counter. During the end phase, the rocket's going to die, give me 2 counters. And then I got to hope that I draw a card that I can potentially special summon out, like a Crusadia, and then link it off into the Magus to get 3 counters. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see if I get it. So there we go. We get 2 counters. I pass to him. He sets a card, and he passes, I do believe, to me. So it's going to be very interesting what happens here. Passes to me, and then the waifu comes in clutch, the faithful Arborea. Yeah, I cannot stress enough how faithful she was. I end up, but there she is, smacking down. Hindsight probably should have normaled her, but link into Magus. Magus is going to not do anything, but he's going to get me a counter so I can get the Waterfront, and use Waterfront to use that to search my searchable Kaiju. And there Ferg gets in the way. Ferg's fixing the table right now. But you guys, he doesn't really block anything, to be honest with you, so just excuse him, roast him in the comment section, please. I Kaiju the Qliphort, sending the Qliphort to the extra deck, and sacrifice gets off. However, Qliphort here, if it's attributed, it gets the ability to spin back a card. So he ends up making the pendulum monster, since I think it's not Cephalopod. I don't know. I can't remember its name. Carrier, maybe, as Chainlink 2, and sacrifice as Chainlink 1. I'm debating if I want to negate it, but however, you guys will notice the counters there. The counter should be at 4, but I know that it's loaded with 3, so that if I attempt to negate, he can, if he notices Waterfront there, that he can negate it with Waterfront. And that'd put me in a very bad spot. But he's just going to spin back the FA Don Dragster, which I think is fine. Like I said, he has to battle the Avermax, and the counter should be at 4, but it's at 3. So hindsight of my thought, I'm going to whack with the Avramax. Use his effect to gain 3,000. He'll attempt to negate, then I'll negate with Crystal Wing and end up smacking for 61. However, it should be at 2 counters, and that playthrough should not work because if he is aware of Gamma Seal having the ability to negate, he's going to negate. So, but that can be fixed though. Like guys, like it's okay. Fix a repairable game state. I just attack over with Avramax and then just attack him for 31 directly and just continue the game. However, you're going to see it very interesting. So I attempt to declare, activate the effect to gain 3,000. However, I'm going to attempt to swing with the Crystal Wing, but he's going to be like, can I strike the Avramax? And I'm like, yeah, you can strike it. So he's going to strike the Avramax, but I'm going to banish the Arborea to protect it from being destroyed. So I'm just going to eventually just attack over the Gamma Seal for just 800 anyway. So then I'm only swinging in with 4,000, but he's paid strike twice. Do take note with that. He paid strike twice. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end up attacking in for it, and I'm going to end up winning this game. So thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, stay tuned. We have some great news coming up that I want to surprise you guys with. And we got some more post-commentary duel videos. And I do have an updated Crusadia deck profile. So this has been Charles from Team COG signing out. You guys have a wonderful night.